all have times in our lives where we wish we could kick back and do over again, right? Well, that's how I feel about my startup experience 20 years ago. And not having anybody to turn to, and with the know-how and the proven successes of a friend or a mentor, it was a significant hurdle to my business building process. Now, mistakes were made on having a solid plan and a launch process, constant confusion about what course of action to take. It was very challenging. So I created a short list, could have been a lot longer, of the top 6 things that you could hopefully learn from my mistakes and have a better launch to your experience. Number 1, doubt yourself. Number 2, wait. Number 3, hold back. Number 4, dream small. Number 5, avoid details in the business plan. Number 6, quit your job without a plan. So we're all stuck with our own self-image problems and perspectives that we have to deal with, but knowing about the problem is the first step in dealing with the problem and eliminating the problem. I didn't really think I could accomplish much, so my vision was small. And with those small vision comes small thinking, small planning, small expectations. Well, you get the picture. And because I didn't think I could accomplish big things, they weren't even on the radar for goals. You know, all I knew was what I accomplished in the past. All I knew was who I was in the past. I didn't have this history of, okay, let's look at the last 3 ventures that I set out on and see what worked and what didn't work and make an informed, intelligent decision. I didn't have that. So starting my own business was new to me. I wasn't the first to have a business in my family. My brother had a photography business, and that wasn't something I could relate to. And plus, when he started his 20-year prior, it was the same old, and I didn't want to go in that direction. I wanted to start my IT business with an IT perspective. But with that history, I was playing it safe and just sticking to the small world of IT that I knew, that I was comfortable with. You know, websites and computer support. Now, it was a good start. I had a following right from the start because I wasn't new to the area in the realm of, many times I would just walk into a business that I had a relationship with and walk out with them as a client because we had a relationship already in place. I knew I could trust them as much as they knew they could trust me. But that safe zone was holding me back, not believing in myself, having doubts what I could achieve. And it was very limiting to my IT business. And because I never took a personality test or a self-evaluation, I was just going with the same old, same old. It was sort of like what Popeye used to say, you know, like, I am what I am, and that's all that I am, right? If you're over 50, you'll know what I'm talking about. But now I recommend the Myers-Briggs test or the StrengthsFinders test, you know, by the Clifton family. It really helps to know who you are so that you can focus on building your strengths instead of building on your weaknesses, right? People have several times more potential when they go into developing their strengths instead of trying to improve their weaknesses. So another thing I wish I could have done was start a lot sooner. I waited too long before I finally threw that switch in my head that it was time to get started in my own business. It's easy to put your dreams on hold. There's always something that's in the way of launching your dream. The list seems endless between lack of confidence, lack of information, lack of planning, lack of strategy. It's just a delay, just inevitable, right? So there was just one more thing I had to do. Let me read one more book. I mean, I don't think the timing is right. I don't think the market is right. What if the economy tanks? What if I can't? What if, right? We can think of endless reasons to not do something. That comes easy. But we have to go through some serious motivational mindset training to take the positive perspective and take a small risk. You know, why is it so easy to be negative, but so hard to be a little bit positive? I don't know. I held back and I played it safe. Now, why would I do that when I was getting clients and making money? Was it fear of failure, fear of success? lack of confidence in my abilities, many reasons, right? I didn't take risks. I didn't have a step-by-step plan for creating my future. I was stuck in this entrepreneurial box and I didn't know how to get out. I, I didn't even want to get out. Small dreams, small accomplishments, small results, right? Never craving more, always satisfied with making less than I should be making. No specific strategy, no specific success. Dreaming small was all I could do. Well, why? Well, I wasn't raised to be a dreamer. It was a job mentality, and they were satisfied with that. You know, work your job for 20 years, get a pension, and then what? Nothing, right? I had to dream all over again. I had to learn how to dream big and expect big. And that didn't come easy for me. I wasn't used to starting a business. I just took my business and turned it into another job, you know? So if you skimp on the dream, you skimp on the plan. Vague dream has vague results and vague sense of accomplishment, right? Taking it seriously was not really part of the plan, right? It was sort of just like wing it for a while, see where it goes. And that was all I could think of. So when I'm talking about, the plan or lack of it, I should really mention that you shouldn't quit your job without a solid plan, right? It's easy to think, look, I'll just roll out a basic business plan and wing it. And that can be tempting to do when the job stinks, right? So long, terrible job, so long, abusive manager, so long job review, right? Just I'll figure it all out as I go. Well, that's not a plan. Escaping the bad situation is not a purpose. Doing what feels right is not progress. If you want to show your spouse love, just wait for a little bit and create a plan. It stresses out the relationship when you quit without a plan. Now, a great book is Quitter, the book Quitter by John Acuff. Okay, I recommend that highly. Okay. Now, I thought that quitting was the end of my problem, but it was the start of another problem, right? So if any of this sounds familiar, maybe you can relate to some of this, okay? I'm hoping that my story will help others to prevent my mistakes, all right? Now, I've come a long way in the past 20 years. And you don't have to have a formal business plan, but you should have a plan that that really works and that's reality. Okay. Now, one of the things that I found was helpful though is to use mind mapping. Okay. And that way you can sort of visualize what the plan is in different sections or different or on a timeline. It was just easier for me to strategize and maybe move things around when I could see it visually. So mindmeister.com is a great tool to use, and you might be a more visual learner, a visual planner. Maybe someday and you can launch your dream, and when the timing is right. But look, I'm just a regular guy, and you're probably maybe relating to some of this or maybe most of this. Hopefully not all of this, okay? But learn from the mistakes that I made so that you don't make the same mistakes. I want you to have a better plan, a better dream, because hey, even successful people fail. So don't be afraid to fail, but just step out for the dream with a plan, okay? See, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. But in order to fail, you have to start, okay? So work on validating your idea, work on defining your goals, work on marketing yourself and building a sustainable cash flow, okay? Now, if you want more information on this, just send me an email. I'm at tomclaremont.com. And we can set up a Zoom session and chat about this. And if you need some support, I'm here for you. Hey friend, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like or subscribe button if you could. I hope that this video helped you a little bit more on your journey to being a successful solopreneur. And as always, stay encouraged, follow your dream, and don't give up.